1. There we go. This is a Sinners Only podcast where we only sin, and Josh is out in California, so he's probably sinning too. But it's okay because we're covered under the blood of Jesus.
Yo, Lodge, guess what, bro?
What's up, bro?
I went to church today, bro.
Hey, it's crazy because the last time we were on here, like, you didn't go, you were watching from home, but I went to church. I was watching from home, but you went to church, so flip flopping, bro. It's crazy.
Yeah, man. And then next week I gotta serve at church, so I gotta be there. So
I haven't been to church consistently in like 6 months.
Hey, yo,
Sinners Only podcast.
I'm still solid. So it's work on Sunday. Like that's so. I'd endorse it. It's just it happens, you know.
Yeah. Now, if you guys are tuning in and you're realizing that Josh is not on this podcast, he's not here.
We replaced that dude, bro. Hey, yo, chill.
But we Josh is at a wedding right now. He's living it up, partying up, celebrating some people. So we give him some time off for that. But we got
shout out to J Mars, man.
J Mars is a legend, bro. But we got another New Jersey legend in here, bro. A New Jersey legend, dog. We got our man's Mark Chery in here. Come on, yo, we need a pause button, bro. We need to get a button, bro. I'm gonna work on it, bro. Or we need to get the upgrade, bro, because we was working on the.
We're on the free version right now.
Nah, y'all gonna get up there. Appreciate me for you guys having me on. Like, hey, if you guys want that button, you might as well just like look up to Ruslan or something. Like he does like those little air horn fire beats and all
that. We found out how to do it. It's just we've been just super lazy to getting to it, like just setting everything up, But we're gonna get there, bro. We're gonna get there one day.
Real facts,
bro. But before we dive in, we got a lot to unpack because Kendrick just dropped a new album. Before that, bro, like Chad, how's your weekend?
My weekend, bro, it was pretty good, man. Like Friday was pretty chill. We stayed home, watched some movies and whatnot. And yesterday was my aunt's birthday. Went up to upstate New York, just chilled out. And it's funny because upstate New York is further from my church than where my house is. And it's like I made it to church on time for the first time in 2 years, bro. Everybody was going crazy when we walked in today. We were literally on time. Literally, I got up at 7 a.m. this morning to get ready and head out. But when I'm home, I don't even get up that early, bro. But nah, man, today was good. I'm on this keto diet right now, so
cutting get right.
Yeah, man, it's been tough, bro. But I keep smelling Taco Bell in the air, Cinnabon everywhere, even if it's not there. Like the cravings are there. I took the communion today at church, bro, and it had a little bit. It's grape juice, right? So it has a little bit of sugar in it, right? That was the first bit of sugar I had in like 2 weeks, bro. My mouth went crazy, bro. I was like,
this man was about to throw away the Lord's Supper for some keto, dog. That was crazy,
bro. I really felt like I was forgiven of all my sins in that moment, bro.
It gotta be like great wine and all that stuff.
Bro, it was the first bit of sugar in 2 weeks, man. It was good, man. It was so good. And then today, there's a family at my church. They do this thing called Sandwich Sunday, right? So they invite everybody over. They have.
Oh shoot, Chad's mic just cut out. Oh snap.
Oh, maybe it was just the Lord wanted him to be silent or something.
Then I knocked the thing out. So yeah, bro. So yeah, they basically have this ministry where they have like sandwich stuff, like they have a whole panini press. It's a whole thing, bro. They invite like mad people over and make sandwiches and just fellowship. And today, man, I had to make a sandwich with lettuce instead of bread, bro. And I was like, bro, everyone's looking at me weird, bro.
Bro, that's a sad.
Nah, you could have just ate lettuce, man. You wasting good bread.
But yeah, man, Lige, how was your weekend, bro?
Yeah, man. Weekend was pretty good, bro. It was really chill. What did I do? What did I do Saturday? Me and the wife went out. Kind of just like, in a way, relaxing because she finally finished her undergrad. So we are out here free from college. She's in there screaming in the background, but like, nah, like we did that. We explored Brooklyn. Went to go get some food at the Time Out Market here in Brooklyn. So pretty chill, man. Then like today, didn't go to church, but we still watched online, which is okay.
Gotcha. You forsaking the fellowship, bro.
Hey, yo, I'm dead. But nah, that was that, and I got my wife to run today. Like we went on a little jog, or whatever. It was pretty good. They're pretty good for her first time running in a little bit. So, but weekend was pretty good. So,
Yo, Ashley going up, bro. She going be the next marathon runner in the Crouch household, bro.
yo, bet. Like I'm trying to give it to her, bro. I'm not
Word.
trying to run these miles anymore, dog.
Yeah, I don't think I actually met your wife.
Not yet.
We none of us did, bro.
She's a mystery right now.
I was just up with Chad up in New Jersey the other day. Like,
bro, what's crazy?
Yeah.
Bro, what's crazy is that I wanted to go to Chad's birthday party, but then I think what happened when my brother came up.
Yeah, man, that man flaked on me, bro. He flaked on me, bro. That's kind of crazy, bro.
Bro, Sinners Only Podcast, bro. We offer grace here, bro.
Yeah, man.
I tell you.
Then I was gonna say, Mark, yo, what you do this weekend, bro?
I mean, what I did this weekend was, I just chilled out, man. I went out for a run. I like going on runs. I don't tell people I still run though, but but man, it's really good. I like to have like a little peace while running and all that stuff. And, man, I was just working on my craft as well, so definitely definitely want to continue like just working on a lot of different aspects with music and all that stuff. So working on that, spend time with my own wife and all that. So
married
I wouldn't say it was too busy, but like I try to make something best. I try to make the best of it for like what I have though. Like I always think like I don't want to chill at home just watching TV or watching movies.
Yeah.
Yo, I ain't lazy, bro.
Yo, y'all sleeping on my boy Mark, bro. My boy Mark could produce, bro. That man could produce, bro.
Look, I'm not there yet.
He sent me some stuff, bro. He sent me like a few beats, like about over a year now, bro. And I'm like, bro, this is so good, bro. I'm just saving it, bro. I'm gonna get to it, but I'm saving it, bro. It's so good.
Yo, what's funny? Like, even as a creative, you still overthink your work and all that stuff. Like, is it good enough? And like, but like, I just put it out there. It doesn't even matter. So it's just a way of just trying to be different with like the art form and all that stuff. So
yo, you sent me a beat that was like the perfect beat for me. It was called Reckless, bro. I literally wrote like 15 songs to that song because I don't want to ruin that beat, bro. I want it to be the perfect song when that song dropped, bro.
I remember that beat. I think I still saved it. I don't know. But
well, I gotta save, bro. So that's all that matters. What we getting into this today, bro? What we getting into today,
we gonna be getting into Kendrick's album. All right, we're gonna talk about the nuances of it. We're gonna talk about the content, the artistry of it. I want to talk about the cover art because that cover art kind of crazy. Word. But before we get into all that, bro, Mark, you were saying a little bit about yourself, but like tell us a little bit more, bro. Who are you? Who is Mark Chery, bro?
Man, I'm just a normal guy, bro. I'm just like that's all it is to. I'm just a normal guy. I'm really a simple dude, man. And on top of that, man, I'm just with all that being said, I'm a simple guy just following Christ, bro. That's it. Like I don't claim no denomination. I don't claim Calvinism or Arminianism or none of that.
You coming cool with it already, bro? Already.
Look, I'm gonna say this right now. Where is that in the Bible?
Hey, yo, John Calvin lived like hundreds of years after Jesus. Hey,
like, it's funny, he didn't create tulips. So,
hey,
we get into it early. Bet.
But
so,
look,
yo, all I'm saying is 2018 Elijah Crouch is punching the air right now, bro.
Yeah.
No, but I'm just saying, like, I mean, I know everybody has like, I guess their stage cage and all that stuff. Like, I think I had a little bit of it too, but I'm just like, I understand throughout scriptures it's just like, yo, it's just simple, you just keep
simple
it simple,
gospel.
follow Christ. Like they didn't have these denominations, they didn't have like these separate groups and all that stuff. They literally just had the word and like you had other people teaching it through in and out and all that stuff. I'm like, I could dive deep in history, but like, them guys that were preaching the gospel, they actually live life with the people that they were preaching the gospel to.
Come on now.
Yo. So with that being said, it's just like, whatever they did back then, we're not really doing now because of different times and all that stuff. And like, I get it. Like technology, life is getting busier. The world's more populated now. But I understand that, back then, like, they all had each other and they were preaching to each other, and the ones that didn't hear the gospel, they actually went over to their houses and preached and stayed with them and all that stuff. So like, I mean, we could still do that now, but like it's a lot more different from what it was from back then to now, so
yeah.
So I literally just keep it simple from what I see from the scriptures, but also like, bro, I'm just a man that does follow Christ, but I learned from like the culture, the black culture, hip hop, and yeah, all that,
Yo, y'all peep the Poetic
everything.
Justice t-shirt my man's wearing,
I like Pac. I'll admit, I'll admit, I ain't gonna front, I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't listen to all his catalog, so, but I like who he was as an influencer in the game, though. So, so I respect I respect the artist and his craft and all that stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I ain't listened to all his songs, but I respect that he had an influence from the artists that we listen to today,
Bro, I love so before we hopped on, Mark, like he DM'd me, he was like, yo, like, can I wear my do-rag? I was like, bro, of course you can wear.
Bro, you know how many episodes I wear a do-rag in, bro?
No, I literally just came back from work. I had to take a shower. I'm just like, all right, I want at least, good hair for tomorrow and all that stuff.
Nah, man, look at my man Kendrick dropped, and Elijah got some retwisted dreads and everything nice and clean on here, bro. It's a holiday for people like him, bro.
Yo, I've been trying to, I ain't gonna hold you. I've been trying to grow out my hair the longest. Nothing happened. I'm trying to grow locks like, people in the Bible, like Samson.
Bro,
like,
it's hard, bro. Growing length, bro. It's mad. It teaches you patience, bro. Like, I always had y'all know me. Y'all know me from mad long. I always had long hair, right? But since I stopped waving and I'm growing back out my hair, bro, it feels like forever it's taking to grow again, bro. Because I'm trying to twist my hair. I'm trying to do 2-strand twists, and like, bro, it's just taking way too long to grow back out, bro. Like, it's really teaching me some patience.
Bro, but look, I'm gonna say this, everybody that I know that got dreads and locks, man, they I don't know, they get better, like it grows out, they formed a superpower or something like that.
Bro, you see this man, bro? He on a different level now, bro. Look at him. Like, compare 3 weeks ago to now, bro. Look at this man, bro. It's crazy.
Nah, for real. Like, I'm just like, no big deal, man. Yo, what's up with him, yo?
Bro, that's Elijah's uncle right there, bro.
Kendrick Lamars is an artistry. Yo, J. Cole, like, what's up with these dudes out here trying to grow out their hair, man? Yo, I swear, it's the power, bro. Yo, man, don't cut off them dreads, bro.
Bro, what's crazy? I always wonder, right? Like when you see basketball players and they have like hair, like long hair, they have braids, they have dreads, whatever. Bro, they are great. They are good, bro.
And Ja Morant.
Bro, as soon as they cut them Jones, bro, they are trash.
Damn, that's a hot take, bro. That's a hot take.
Stop.
Ja Morant, bro. Yo, he got better because he grew out his hair.
Then the Warriors took him out. It's crazy.
Bro, that's crazy. That's like this soccer player. His name's Jermaine Jones, right? He's from Germany, but he's a United States citizen, right? The man was mad nice when he had his dreads, right? Then he cut off his dreads. He retired like the next year, bro. Kid you not. He retired like the next year, bro.
Hey, as long as you clean them once in a while, that's all that matters.
Word.
Yeah. But bro, like before we get into the Kendrick John, right? Like I want you to unpack like your Christian experience a little bit more, right? Because you talked about it a little bit, right? But like, what's been like did you grow up in a Christian household? Did you grow up in a Christian family? Like what was it like walking with Jesus through college? Because we were all like in college in the same ministry together. So what was life like, bro? What was the Christian life like? Just talk about your experiences, bro.
All right, for me, I'm gonna be different. I'm gonna keep it real. For me, I wouldn't say I necessarily grew up in a Christian household. It was more legalistic. I just knew the idea of God. My family just forced me to go to church. And Chad knows this. Like, I'm Haitian. So, like, Haitian, if you are a Haitian American, most of your parents would literally force you to go to church and all that stuff. So it's not like, oh yeah, like, yo, we had a heart for God, we have for Jesus, but it's just like, nah, you're supposed to go to church because, like, you have to obey me and all that stuff. So that was basically it. I mean, I could speak for any Haitian out here, but that was pretty much it. But like, but growing up, it was kind of rough because like, it was hard. Most of my family is like more of a, like, assertive, assertive and aggressive type. They could be abusive sometimes, and it was just like, oh man, it was really hard to grow up in that, and it made me in a sense like, yo, yo, why should I be leaving God? I don't think God is real because he put me in this family that's harsh and abusive, and like I had a really abusive grandfather as well. Just doing whatever to me and all that stuff in an abusive way. Nothing sexual or anything like that, but he had fun just literally hitting me and all that stuff. And it was just like, hey, I didn't like that. So yeah, but I could say the only escape for me was just like playing basketball and all that stuff. And I love ball. Basketball is like my first love and all that stuff. So it was just my first escape to just get involved with the sport. And like it was the only thing I had in my backyard to just like, at least I could have some peace of mind and all that stuff. But like, over the years, it was just like it was just the same old and all that stuff. I know and I got into quite scuffles with my own father. He was being abusive too, and like me and him actually got into like fist fights and all that stuff. And I remember like, yeah, I could have killed this man, like, but like, and I ain't gonna lie, like, the human heart, you don't have any. I don't have any. I feel like I didn't have no remorse. I didn't care or anything like that because it's just like it is what it is. But like, things could get better, but it's just like, I know they're gonna have this in the back of their mind. So it's just like just being around that type of environment, and plus like plus being around the hood. I never really indulged with the hood, but it's just like, but it was just like it's already a tough environment just being at home, and plus with the surroundings I'm in as well. So it's just like that's all to like take into just knowing where I'm coming from. So and yeah, so like family was just being in my own household was it was much of a struggle. I could say it was much of a legalistic household. I was forced to go to church, but in my teenage years, I did not go to church. I just focused more on working and all that stuff. So when people said like, have you really grew up in the church? I'm like, I would say like I'd be like, no. Like as a kid, like I wasn't tuned in. I was just forced to go. In my teenage years, I'm just like, all right, I'm just gonna focus on work and do all that. And that was like pretty much after like the incidents what happened with my family. It's like, yeah, it was just a way of like, we're gonna have a little bit of peace of mind, but like, and down the road, we eventually talked about this and like have like a little intervention about like, yo, why did you do that? And just like, yo, it was just like because like what you done to me over the years and all that stuff. It was just like there was no reasoning of why I was getting punished. You know what I mean? It was just like you guys just wanted to do whatever you wanted to do. So but yeah, we grew out of that, and it's just like, you gotta let me do what I gotta do. And it was just like, man, yeah, it was just like I know, and I also understood like, these guys are coming from a different country. They wanted something better for me. And like, and me and Chad could understand this because like, our parents are from the Caribbean and all that stuff. Like they came over here to have a better life for us and all that stuff. So it's just like, but yeah, that's what they wanted from me. And like, yeah, they were stuck in like the forceful Bible ways as well. Like, don't do this, don't do that. I'm just like, man, I'm gonna read this scripture so I could just prove my point that you guys are wrong. And like, but eventually I just like grew to have to understand. But I had the wrong motive just to prove them wrong. But what ended up just like, yo, I'm starting to know who God is from like from what the Haitian churches were preaching and from what they were preaching. Like this ain't adding up. So I'm just like I dove a little bit more and like it was just like, yo, I actually know a little bit things, but I know a lot of bit more about like, all right, about Christianity. I wouldn't say I was like fully in it, but it was just like, yeah, I'm starting to learn more about it. But it was coming to the time when I like actually going into Stockton, like, yeah, I got baptized and all that stuff because like I grew more for a heart for God and all that stuff. Because I was just like, I actually wanted more of a relationship. It was just like, because like I remember like I love to challenge myself. Like I remember my dad said like, you ain't a true Christian. I'm just like, what you mean? I believe in God. I was just like, it was like, because like I was my favorite basketball player just like was AI and Kobe and Mamba. I always modeled after them because they were like yo, I'm gonna get mine, whatever it takes. So it's just like, I'm gonna try to prove you wrong with all this, and just like, it made me dive even deeper with it. So it's just like, it was just like, it was just a way of just like, I was trying to prove you wrong, but I'm learning more things about it from what you telling me. So I'm just like, oh, I'm like, I was going in with a wrong motive, but God literally was just giving me the right motive to learn from that. So it was just like, I didn't. I look back and it was like, yeah, that's kind of a crazy moment because like everything we went through and all that stuff. But like, but yeah, but when I got to Stockton, yeah, it was just more of like, yeah, I kind of like gave it a little bit more of like a serious thing, especially like it was I'm trying to put the pieces together, but like yeah, it was like probably like my first year at Stockton where I was just like, yeah, I got baptized and I gotten more deeper within the word because like all right, apologetics and I would say like yeah, I was introduced to Calvinism at the point like because those the people I was around too. So and I was like, yeah, dude, I praise God for that because like who knew where it could have turned out, but like there's a lot of things just like because like I look at the people that I grew up with, it's just like like yes, some of them believe in God, but I feel like and I just don't know. I feel like some of them don't have what I truly have, and it's just like, and it's not on them. It's just like I know some of them are just on the side is just like I believe in God, like I go to church and all that stuff, but I'm like, yo, I really dove in deep within this thing, and just like I never thought myself of just hearing all about like theology and knowing all these things. I thought it was just like a simple thing if you just believe in God and like everything's all good, and like but like nah, it's really deep, and I was just like, yo, I'm really blown out of my mind with this thing. So it's just like yeah, it's just like God placing me into like deeper things to go deeper in with him and all that stuff. So it's just like yeah, that's where more of the transformation more happened. Like I would say like I got saved at the age of 19, but like I got more deeper at the age of like 20, 21 or so. So I'm 25 right now. So but
Gotcha. Yeah,
yeah,
man, that's good, man. You said a lot of good stuff, bro, and a lot of like some serious, really serious stuff. And I was actually talking to one of my friends today who is actually he said he grew up in the Haitian church as well, and a very very similar story, man. He said very, and I think when we go across the Caribbean too, we get a lot of that like macho culture, a lot of that
yeah,
macho dominant culture,
yeah.
and a lot of us got to navigate that when we become actual men, like is that right? And I'm glad I'm glad the Lord reached you in the way he did, and molded you to who you are today.
Nah, definitely. And it's so good because like I'm just like it's like I'm just like I never try to wrestle with it, but it's just like sometimes like God, why me, but I'm
Yeah,
just
yeah,
like at the same time it's just like I could say why me, but I'm just like I'm really more grateful and thankful for
yeah.
everything that he has done. So yeah, it's just like the more I learned, it was just more of like it all those years just like yo, it's not even about religion, it's more about like yo, I true relationship with Christ and all that stuff. So it's just like
Shout out to Christine.
yeah, yeah. so so yeah, I dove more deeper on like it's more of a relationship thing. I like even in scripture, like I don't think a lot of people know, but like yo, I don't care about religion. So
Mm.
and like
Jesus
it
didn't.
says in the scripture, it says
He was in combat with the Pharisees.
yes. And like and like it doesn't even have to be an example in the New Testament. There's a lot of passages that even speak on it in the Old Testament too. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
a lot of it. So, and I know like everything's a religion nowadays. Like I could even social media is a religion nowadays because
That's a
people are
hot take.
just having approval of likes. Like yo, what we doing? We trying to compare people to other people and all that stuff. So now it's just status. No, they're like now everybody knows it's forming its own religion there. And like low key, like yo, it's just like yo, we liking this person and we're influence other people to just be like a godlike figure or something like that. So
Y'all heard it first, man. That's Mark Chery, man. I tell you, this is one of the most interesting people I've ever met. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Mark Chery, yo. Yeah, man. Yo, Lige, bro. Let me ask you a question, bro.
What's up?
Like speaking into this whole what's it called, Mr. Morale and the Big Steppers, bro? Like,
Yeah.
what's been your experience with Kendrick Lamar, bro?
Yeah, my experience with Kendrick, bro. I think when he first started popping, like what was it? I feel like I was in high school when he first started like taking off or whatever.
Section 80 came out in July 2nd, 2011.
Oh wow, that's like I'm old.
I was like a freshman in high school at that time, bro.
Sheesh. But yeah, no, I think when he ended up featuring with Dr. Dre, that's what was my first experience with him.
Mm-hmm.
And then like to be honest, like I was not a heavy Kendrick fan like back in the day, like most people were, right? But then he started getting on my radar a little bit more when Damn came out.
Mm-hmm.
Mainly because he was on the Hebrew Israelite tip. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And because I have family that is in Hebrew Israelism, I was like, wow, this is like the music that he was the lyrics that he was singing and rapping. I was like, wow, this is like very interesting because like he has like family in Hebrew Israelism as well. So like my experience with him has been sort of like, oh, bet yo, this like Damn is a really really great album. But and then it's also kind of like conflicting, like where it's just like, yo, like some of the things that he's talking about is just like biblically I know they're not correct. So that's a little bit of my experience with Kendrick. And then when this John came out, I was like, this John's hard. This John's hard. I can like I'm like listening to it on repeat, like, and I'm just like, yo, there's just so much to process on here, bro. And like I think like if I can say my favorite song on the album is honestly the one where he's arguing with
We Cry Together.
Yeah, we cried. I was like, because I'm like, yo, this is like so creative. Where he's like, he's exposing a lot of the toxic relationships that most of y'all, not everyone, most of y'all have out here in these streets. But anyway, that's me.
Bro, I was playing that song yesterday in the car, right? And Krista kept telling me to take it off, bro. She was like, yo, I don't want to listen to that song, bro. That's like mad toxic.
Look. I know there've been stories going on the Calvinism side. I think John MacArthur would have been saying, yo, they should have stayed together.
Hey,
yo,
you had to spit.
Oh my
God,
you had to spit. Yo, is he lying though? Is Mark lying?
You would have to submit.
Yo, ladies and gentlemen, that's Mark Chery for y'all, bro. Yo, that's mad funny, bro.
Oh. Yo, I gotta clip that, bro. I gotta clip
you
that,
had to, bro. You got to, bro. That's going viral. Yo, that's viral content right there.
I was like, yo, I don't know if you heard about the story, but like, yo, I'm like, yeah, I think y'all mentioned it or something like that a few weeks ago, but like, like,
why they ain't stay together though? Why they ain't stay together?
Come on now. I know you would endorse it. You endorsing that, bro. Yeah.
Yo, John MacArthur, we were giving you an open invite to come on this podcast and defend yourself right now.
Bro, nah, you don't need to do that. I don't got. We know we don't got the time. He ain't with the culture.
Yo, so you know what's crazy, bro? So there's this website, right, called Metacritic.com, right? I never really paid too much attention to this website until I only look at this whenever Kendrick drops for some reason, right? I personally don't listen to Kendrick too much. You know, I will say Good Kid, Mad City is probably top 3 albums from 2010 to now, right? No, not 2010. From 2010 till now. Top 10 albums from then till now. Top five, right? Like it was a really good album, and that's kind of what pushed me to start looking at this website whenever an album or movie comes out, because it gives professional critic scores, and then it also gives like user scores, right? And tell me why this John, bro, really had Mr. Morale and Big Steppers at 100 out of 100. I've never seen that on this website, bro.
Wow.
Like, and Kendrick has consistently, ever since he dropped Good Kid, Mad City, he's just consistently been breaking records on this website, bro. Like, Damn was 95, To Pimp a Butterfly was 96, Good Kid, Mad City was 91. So like, that's insane, bro. Like that's professional. That's the professional critic score from like all of the record labels and all the like big wigs, you know, really giving it a score. 10 out of 10, bro. That's insane, bro. Yeah, that's insane, bro. All I'm saying, my experience with Kendrick, bro, is, you know, Damn had bangers. It had radio bangers. You know, it was a great album. To Pimp a Butterfly, great album. Even the Black Panther soundtrack, great album. Good Kid, Mad City, Kendrick's best work in my opinion. But this album was different, bro. It was great. Don't get me wrong, it was really good. But my whole thing with this album, bro, is like they didn't really have much songs. It was very conceptual. It was very 64 bars here, 32 bars here, 80 bars here. Like I don't really hear no, you know, like hooks too much. You know, some songs had hooks and stuff. Which I get. You know, it's more of a creative licensing thing because, you know, he just, you know, he's at that level where he could do things like this, like J. Cole make an album with no features type thing. You know, like he can just do creative things to make to you know, make his mark. You know, he's at that level. But I don't know, like replayability, I don't think like after the like 2 or 3 times I played through this album, I don't know when's the next time I'm gonna go replay this, just because I didn't really find any bops in there. You know what I'm saying? N95 was fire. I might replay that here and there. You know.
Yeah.
We Cry Together, I might put that on my running playlist, you know, just because it's a 5-minute song. So it gets me through like most of a mile, you know, like when I'm running. But like for me, great album, great lyrics, great content, great you know, lyricism and you know, double entendres and wordplay and all that, flow, delivery, everything was on point. It's just too much rap for me, bro. It's not enough song, you know, like Damn, bro, it had all the tracks on there were just replayable, you know, replayable. 2017, that whole summer, all you did was replay Kendrick Lamar when you're driving in the car, right? But I don't see 2022 me like replaying this album over and over and over again, just because the songs are a little bit more minor key, you know, it's a little bit slower, and yeah, there's just no hooks. It's not catchy, you know. But it was a great album. I would personally score this album like an 8.7 out of 10 if I had to give it a personal score.
That's a hot take, Mark. What you got to say to that, bro?
All right, I'm gonna start off with this. I'm actually a Kendrick fan because like I like him, I really do, and I actually discovered him more like 2015. Yeah, you know, How to Pimp the Butterfly.
Yeah.
So I thought that album was good, and like I actually listened to the rest of his discography, so I'm gonna unpack a lot here too. So the thing about Kendrick is like, yeah, from what Section 80 to Pimp My Butterfly to Damn. I'm surprised we're saying Damn because, like, you know, a lot of Christians feel some type of way saying Damn.
Yo, cancel Elijah. Yo, send an email to Elijah right now if you got an issue with that, bro.
Hey, yo, I'm just
like, yo, y'all need to stop being soft. It's just it's our word. It's our word. It's our word.
Yo, y'all see on my shirt, bro? It says buy art, not cocaine. Just a good reminder. I just want to let y'all know that.
It comes from the history of Christianity. I don't like, yo, why are we trying to flip it in a bad way? But besides that point, and the moral of Big Steppers I became more of a fan in 2015 after listening to that album and on forward to Damn as well and to now as well. But like I actually dig more deep in his discography and all that stuff. So yeah, so like it's so funny because like he's been putting a lot of biblical themes and a lot of Christian messages in his songs from from Section 80, from Damn, and like he did a little bit with this album, but like with this album it's a little bit more different from like the previous 3, I would have to say. And I'm gonna have to touch on a few things that a lot of people don't know because I actually done a little bit of more research within like these last 3 albums and all that stuff. I mean, I know from Section 80 he goes with like this character. He does this with all his albums and all that stuff. So he's a very creative artist. I don't think a lot of people notice, like especially with Damn, he did like Kung Fu Kenny and like I know with this his latest album, he went. I think he did go by the Mr. Morale type of theme as well. But like it was, but this album was more vulnerable from his previous albums, I would say. Section 80, I know there's a lot of songs that he literally talks about his faith. I know in 2009, he actually had a song called Faith, and like, how he was in the church, like, how he questioned God, like, what is my purpose? Like, just to be like me and like live on like that. And that's what he did. And you can you guys can do that research on yourself, like pull up the song Kendrick Lamar, Faith. That's a song, pull up the lyrics and like how he talks about his journey about like, living for Christ and all that stuff. A lot of people would misinterpret like he was a Hebrew Israelite. And I'm gonna get to that as well. How he would actually get involved with like, reform Christianity, and then like his dead homie died, and like, he'd lose his faith. So it's been like an on and off thing because like the environment he's been coming from. And that was just one signal, like from Section 80 from on. I know he had a song called like Cushion Corinthians. That song I normally bop to because it was just like, yo, I can relate to this. I never smoked like that. I mean, I had, but it's just like, I'm gonna be honest, I had, but like
it's all right, bro.
Not like that no more. Not like that no more. I'm clean, But like,
I'm clean.
But yeah, but like he had a lot of things, like especially, and I know from like the interviews he said like, I want to preach the gospel, but like it's not gonna be catered to like Christians. It's gonna have to be people from the hood and all that stuff. That was in his music, so that's why he had all these themes and all that stuff. And then that was probably the Section 80 type era and all that stuff. So not a lot of people knew about that because like he wasn't as big of an artist at the time. With To Pimp the Butterfly, everybody's been saying, that one's probably like the classical album that he had so far. I know everybody has their opinions and all, but like he said, Damn is probably his best album. I don't know about we have to wait a few weeks to know how he feels about, the latest album. But like, of course, that was the concept of like, him just everything he's been seeing from a political view and all that stuff. And the songs he was being creative. And like, this was mainly addressed to like, of course, the African American community of, poverty, Compton and all that stuff. He was talking to Black people. I think you guys could agree with that as well. And like, there are also biblical themes. I know there was this one song that pointed out to me how much a dollar costs, how he was talking to a homeless man and all that stuff, and there was interacting. He was being selfish, and like, the homeless guy actually represented Christ and all that stuff. Like, you gotta listen to that song. Like, there's so much to unpack. So like how he wouldn't give up a dollar because like, this homeless guy was drinking alcohol. You asked me for a dollar and all that stuff. I'm bigger than you and all that stuff. So it was like his ego, and just like he was trying to represent like, yo, this homeless guy is actually a personification of like, Christ. Cause like, I know there was a verse in the Bible where like, if you guys feed the poor and the hungry, you see me and all. So it was just like, yo, that concept of that song is really, I really liked it. So and there was a lot of biblical themes, and now we get to Damn. Damn, I'm gonna be straight. That was just I don't think a lot of people think like, yeah, Kendrick was a Hebrew Israelite because it took from a Hebrew Israelite form, but like the whole entire concept was like, this is the perspective from his cousin Carl.
Wow, that's okay.
Okay. And like the whole entire album, and like there's this podcast called Dissect. I actually discovered it from listening to Ruslan's take on like,
shout out to Ruslan.
Yeah, shout out to Ruslan. If you're watching this, bro, like, yo, been blessed by your videos, bro. I don't think you remember. I met with him like a couple
Yo,
years
my
ago.
Man actually met Ruslan in New York, bro.
Yeah,
Yo,
I met John Keefe. I met Paul Russell. Met the Saga as well, the battle rappers. So I met all those guys. Yeah, he was kind of like the reason why I could do music. Like, just the
Ruslan really goated, bro. Ruslan really put us all on, bro.
Yeah, from like the production standpoint. So like, yo, shout out to you, bro. Appreciate you, bro.
Bro, inspiring the next generation. Let's get it, bro.
Yeah, so yeah, I actually discovered their podcast, and it gave me a whole breakdown of like, yo, what the concept of Damn was. And like, it was a concept of just like of him being like the Kung Fu Kenny kind of alter narrative was just like, yeah, I'm gonna be like the Noah in the story. I don't think people picked up on that. Like the song is a huge concept of just like similar to the story of Noah. Not a lot of people know that about Damn. And like, yes, he used the perspective. He's giving you a perspective of just how what he's giving you the concept from his cousin's perspective and all that stuff. Duckworth was just a story about him and his father meeting with like his record label manager. I think it was TD. Yeah, I forgot his name, bro. But like it was just meeting up with his record label manager. How they how that met over the years, and like Kenny, his father's name. That's not Kendrick, but like Kenny, his father, met up with like one of his managers. I don't know. They robbed like a KFC chicken store. Like he could have been shot, and the whole story is like the whole story is crazy. But it's only so that story is crazy. But like the whole concept of Damn was based on the perspective of his cousin Carl, and it was a narrative of like it was a narrative satire of Jonah from the biblical prophet, and we already know the story of Jonah, like and Kung Fu Kenny is like he was more of like a alter narrative of like Nineveh or something like that. So there's a lot to break down. I try to break it down as best as I could, but like you guys got to anybody that's watching it, check out Dissect. Dissect. I got it from Ruslan. It's from like one of his Kendrick Lamar videos, so I just feed into it. So it's just like it'll give you a deep understanding for what each song represents, and like because like I don't think people understand Kendrick is not one of like your bangers. Like he's not one of your. He's not a guy that makes music where it's just like I need to make a song to like people need a bang. Nah, I think at this point I could say like Kendrick is probably the creative artist of this generation. I put him over in the creative aspect over Cole, over Drake, because
that's a hot take.
I said creative because like
Josh would agree with it if he was here. Josh would be like, "Yo,"
because like he creates albums over like I need to make this big concept of like something to like like each song you can't really take off the top.
So what about Kanye, bro?
Kanye, I like Kanye, but like I could say this: Kanye is all over the place with the beats and like storytelling and his lyrics and all that stuff. I like Kanye.
Let me not say into something.
This is about
Kendrick. Come for me again, bro.
Bro, we about to spark it up again, bro.
Yo, Ashley gonna come for me, bro.
Bro, Ashley, she wait, where is it? Right here. She has like 2 Stevie Wonder albums in the back right here. This is to spite you, bro. Yo, that's funny. She was like, "Yeah, I'm gonna let Chad see these." So I'm like, "Oh my goodness,
yo, that's bad funny, bro." Oh man, yo, we need a Kendrick Lamar Baby Keem album, collab album, bro. That's all I'm saying, bro.
Yeah.
Y'all know? Do y'all know that Kendrick Lamar, Baby Keem, and Nick Young are cousins, bro?
And Kevon Looney.
That's crazy,
and
bro.
Kevon Looney from the Warriors too.
Dang, bro, that's crazy.
You look it up. I was just like, man, you got cousins in the league. I'm like, y'all made
it. That's a successful family, bro.
Yeah,
that's so wild.
All right, bro. So I don't think I gave my take for like his latest album.
Yeah, give your take, bro. I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know the thoughts.
All right, my thoughts of this album. I was very excited by like hearing him again and all that. It was really good to finally have some actually good music in the hip hop culture. In the sense, I'm not knocking people down, but it's just like everybody's just making the same thing. I don't. In the sense, it's just like y'all beats are fire. I like your story, but everybody's just trying to be the same thing. And don't get me wrong, you have your good rappers are trying to create a story, and it's cool. But and then you got your rappers that just cap a lot and like they just want it for the bad and clout, But it was refreshing to hear like from one of the top artists in our generation. It was good to hear him again. But one thing I took away from that is just like Kendrick became more of a creator from his artwork. The instrumentals and the production was just outstanding. there were some songs he gave me Keem. There was some instrumentals and some songs that gave me a little bit of Kanye. And I think there was one. I think his last song gave me more of like a Black Panther type vibe too. So from an artistic view, it was a great album. And the other part was I was kind of grieved with this album from a theology standpoint, because I was just like, yeah, this does not sound like the Kendrick Lamar that I like I kind of grew into knowing, more like with the biblical themes and all that stuff. And I listened to this album at least like 3 or 4 times and all that stuff to just actually truly listen and do a little bit of research with like what things are he saying. Because like, I mean, like I don't know if you guys caught that. He was praying to trees and stuff like that. His ancestors.
Man.
I was just like, yo, what's up with you? I was like, yo, you on a different thing. What happened to like, yo, just keep it. I'm like, there's some concepts I could take away that were good, and there were some concepts I was just really questioned with.
Like, you know what I like though? What I liked about the album though, I really liked the fatherly aspect of it, like him trying to right the wrongs of his father, and then just being a good father and by himself, like really like growing up his children the right way. Like I really like that side of the album, bro. Like I got a lot of vibes like that from just listening through the album, and I think that was a really good part of it,
No, absolutely. There was a few things I actually took away in our research.
We don't pray to trees, by the way. I'm just saying.
No, we're
not endorsing
pray to trees. We don't. I don't. It doesn't talk back. That's all. One thing I took away from this album, like, yeah, I mean, it was good that we're seeking therapy. Of course, he admitted that this is like I said, this was the most vulnerable album that Kendrick put out. He admitted that he had a lust addiction and cheated on his. I don't know if it was his wife or his fiance. I don't know.
With that girl for a minute. He's been with that girl for like
more than I don't know if they're married. So like, and how his life is kept private and all that. So, but like he admitted that he had a lust addiction, and what I found out, like throughout this album was like that. That's why I said it was a different Kendrick. Like I think it was morely inspired from a guy named Eckhart Tolle. And with that guy, I looked this guy up. He is a guy that he is a spiritual advisor. So, and what I got from this album was his wife, Whitney, his wife / fiance recommended that he seek therapy and all. Like, in the beginning of like, I think it was one song, Father Time, like, like she was like mentioning like you need to seek therapy. Like, nah, real. I don't want to say like real blah blah blah. I can't seek therapy.
Yeah.
Like, what you mean? You sound stupid. Nah, seek him. I recommend Eckhart Tolle, and like he even mentioned it within I think Mother I Sober as well. Like like Whitney recommend I see a spiritual advisor. So I looked up that spiritual advisor Eckhart Tolle, and like the one thing is what pointed out was, yeah, he's into the new age spiritual things, and not a lot. I like, that's why I was just like, this was a different Kendrick. That's why I was kind of grieved a little bit, because like this ain't the same Kendrick I listened. Like the messaging I didn't listen to. It was kind of crafted in just like, yo, it's some were Christian and some were just like, was a little off. Because all right, here's a little thing about Eckhart Tolle. He's a German. He's a German from Germany. He is a spiritual advisor. He does a lot of therapy. He's into the new age. He has studied multiple religions, Christianity to Hinduism to Islam and all of that. But like, he didn't like the negative of it, so he normally chose all the positives of it. And like, he chose the positives of it, and that's where he just like, formed this ideal. He does not believe in God. He does not believe in the heaven. He does not believe in the hell. But he does believe in the Christ. But he believes that we could be Christ conscious. You know what I mean?
So that's where that term comes from, right? Like Christ conscious.
Yeah. So apparently, with that, like he tried to sell a book in late 90s. I think it was 97, but like it didn't get like it didn't get much recognition until he was invited to the Oprah show. And when you're in the Oprah show, you get the clout, everybody knows who you are. Mm-hmm. So maybe that book was influencing on, and like it kind of tied in. And I try to make connections. I don't know Kendrick personally or anything like that, but it's just like
he's even wearing the crown thorn in the album cover.
Yeah.
Like if you look at the album cover, that's kind of crazy, bro.
Yeah, but it's crazy. Like even in the album, he says like, "I'm not your savior. Cole's not your savior. Bron's not your savior." So I could agree with that. But like, there's a lot of things I could pick and choose. Like I could agree with and I could disagree with. But even in his previous albums, there's some things I could disagree with and stuff like that. But like, it was just like those are coming from the perspectives and all that stuff. So
let me ask you a question, Mark. Yo, Kendrick in your top 5, bro?
Oh yeah, definitely.
Dang, you're like Kendrick in top 5, bro?
Right now, yeah.
Right, okay. I don't know.
Kendrick in my top 5. I ain't gonna lie. I mean, even though Drake has ghostwriters, he's in my top 5 too.
Yo, my top 5 is going Nas, right? We going Nas. We going Andre 3K.
Ooh.
We going who else? Who else is in that? Jay-Z. We going J. Cole. And there's just one unknown rapper that I listened to from back in the day. His name is Capital Steez, bro. Number 5. He from Brooklyn. He from Bedford Stuyvesant. Oh,
wow.
Okay. Shoot.
Pro era. He was signed with Joey Badass.
Yeah, Joey Badass is all right.
Yeah.
I like him though.
With that, so like as like with a few minutes or like just to wrap everything up, like how do you guys think that like as Christians, like how we should consume the content of Kendrick, but especially his latest album? Because like, there's a lot of different themes of it where like, I think Mark, you were mentioning like his previous albums like were very like biblical, like had biblical themes in them, but this one not so much, right? I think there's like, I think it's probably a melting pot for sure. Cause like at one point he says like a line of like praise to Muhammad. And I'm just like, that's very interesting.
With that line, I understand because he was like, yeah, I'm Christ with the shoe. Like I'm Buddha aloof. I'm Christ with the shooter. I'm praise to Muhammad. It was just like, I'm what they represent. He's the opposite. Like I was just like, what? Like, all right, it was crazy. And like, I know there was one line that say I'm a Christian, but not today. So I looked that up with ingenious definition. And he was like, yeah, he's a wavering Christian. So I think it was coming from one of the quotes of St. Augustus, I believe, saying like, these are people that believe in Christ, but they're not going to let go of their sins or anything like that. So it was just like, it's all over the place. And I look from Ruslan's videos. Shout out to Ruslan again. It's like, I think he's just confused right now. And like, I could say this, I can make my connections before you guys wrapped up, because like, he comes from a harsh environment, Compton, Cali, especially being one of the greatest artists in this generation.
Definitely.
And like dealing with a lust and adultery addiction that he had with his fiance, like, and his wife encouraged him to take therapy. And and we all know most Black men from the hood don't want to do therapy and all that stuff. So it's just a recommendation. With all that, like, it was just a way of in. I don't blame Kendrick. I blame the therapist. I really do. I don't like him, bro. But you that's why nobody didn't like it, because there's no bangers. He was having bangers in the past. But jokes aside, like yeah, like with all that, he was more like influenced from the therapist, because he had writer's block for the last 2 years before he mentioned from the album. And he had no inspiration. So most of this, it was inspiration. But like, I could say this, like, how could we take this? I would say like anybody that's a mature Christian or anybody that's mature within Christ, you know what, and that loves hip hop and all that stuff, you can listen to the album and all if you're a fan. If you don't like hip hop, this ain't for you. if you're not for the hip hop, you're not with the culture, this ain't for you. I'm sorry. You just gotta speak about it.
They about to like say mad stuff about the album. Say, yo, why are Christians listening to this? Like, yo, if you don't like hip hop, just don't listen to it, bro. Like just say that.
Yeah. And I don't think there's nothing wrong to have a therapist as well. I don't think there's nothing wrong having a therapist. I don't want nobody coming because like I also took therapy as well. So like I'm gonna admit that too. Like I think it could have been more of like a Christian therapist instead of a new age therapist. You know what I mean? Because like I don't think Kendrick or his fiance were that strong enough to know that. You know what I mean? Who knows? But like it was just like we're just gonna seek therapy for you and all that stuff. So
yeah, but but like I feel like that's not expected for somebody who's not like a consecrated Christian, like
exactly. So we shouldn't held him to a high standard anyway. It's just like we don't walk with these people in life and all that stuff. But like I could say, this album, if you're mature in Christ and you love hip hop and all that stuff, you can listen to it. But like if you weak in the faith and like you have no idea what hip hop is, or you do love hip hop, but like you want to listen to Kendrick, like don't be open to these ideas because like it's like
that's some wisdom.
Scripture says there could be he called himself a prophet. Last prophets to rise up anywhere.
Kendrick not a prophet, bro.
But with all that being said, it's just like don't take anything with your content, your artists are saying, because like Christ is the ultimate person that we should look to. And he said, even though there's disagreement, he even said it like, I'm not your savior, in a direction I don't know what he means, but he could be pointing to Christ. And I know the symbolism was out of hand, but like I was not. I ain't gonna hold you. I wasn't gonna be like, like, oh my goodness, he's mocking Christ. Like, bro, what about the plays? What about the Christian plays we did in Easter and all that stuff? Like, we don't say nothing about that. Like, he didn't even mock Christ in the album. To be honest, I didn't hear no mockery, but I feel like it was just a lot of confusion. And last thing, I saw like the N95 video. I'm like, even people saying wrong things about that. I just saw a lot of symbolism, which he did, and like I know like. Now things have changed. It's just like I think he's trying to be more Christ conscious or something because of the new philosophies that have been just handed down for them. And like, if anybody's gonna listen to this album, you gotta listen to it once more to like not like listen to the words or even research what he's actually saying and all that stuff, and like research why is this man in this album and all that stuff. It's just like it's been more of like an influence and like, he's been a spiritual teacher and a therapist to him for like the last couple of years, because like he hasn't been writing seriously in the last couple of years. So that's my take on it. But like overall, great album. But like but from like if you're gonna listen for theology, I don't recommend. But like just for art and
listen to Shylin, bro. If you're gonna hear some theology,
I mean, I like Shylin, but I don't listen to him though.
I think one of the things that happens when like big artists like this come out, because Kendrick has been gone for so long, I think how I looked at the cover art, it's him like having the crown on and whatever. I was like, is this him in a sense like picturing like himself coming back to like save rap? Because like, I mean, right now it's kind of not in a good. I would say it's not in a good place right now. But I think when artists like this come out, there's always like these like this big like controversy or just among Christians where it's just like, oh, you shouldn't listen to this or shouldn't listen to that because like of the way that Kendrick raps about his stuff, basically, right? And I'm thinking like, but you can pull away some really great themes from it, and it's just like, are we going to like this pretty much just like be like condemn him altogether, or just be like, oh, bet like there's some things that I can take away from it. I'm gonna take those, but like everything else, whatever, right? Because we do that with almost anybody that we favor anyway. You know what I mean? Like if we're gonna talk about it, Mark mentioned it earlier, John MacArthur. People don't want to like, people accept him for everything that he's done, but they don't cancel him or like get rid of him because of like the bad fruit, basically, or just whatever he does. I'm thinking the same thing with Kendrick and like this Christians is just like, if you're gonna listen to this, right, like Mark said, like if you are mature in the faith, you should be able to take from it what you need to take from it and then leave the rest. I think that's just simple, right? I think it's okay. But if you're not, right, and you can be, I think scripture talks about being tossed to and fro like by different doctrines and stuff like that. if you are one of those people, you probably shouldn't listen to this, right? Like I think
Yeah.
I think that's I think it's perfectly fine. But if your conscience is allowing you to listen to this music, whatever, right? But I think there is a big thing where like there's like this judgment. We mentioned it 2 weeks ago, and especially in CHH culture, there's judgment from like other like on other people because they listen to like these different artists or whatever, right? And I think we probably shouldn't do that, right? And I don't know if it's a sense of like trying to be over righteous or self righteous, or they just might be hating. I don't know, but I think definitely take from it what you need to take from it and leave the rest. But if you can't,
Absolutely.
then you probably
Bro,
should.
all I'm saying is, bro, anybody can say what they want. I listen to some crazy drill music, bro. Like that.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, nah, but all serious, all jokes aside, like, yo, like for me, if I wasn't as solid as I was in the faith, and I'm not just saying that to be boastful, but I'm saying like, you know, if I was questioning things and I wasn't really taking the faith seriously, like I would not be listening to like Chief Keef or like Montana 300 or something like that. You know, like I wouldn't be listening to music like that if I was, you know, wavering on the faith. You know, like I would kind of really consecrate myself and listen to like, you know, more holy things and podcasts and worship music and stuff like that. And
Hey, I
you
didn't
know,
grow
I
up
definitely
listening
not
to
in.
I grew up on hip hop.
Yeah, yeah. It's like it's one thing. It's like we consume so many different forms of art in a day, right? Like TV shows, movies, you know, books and stuff like that. And it's like nobody has an issue with these themes when it's books and plays and movies and stuff. But you put hip hop in the discussion, all of a sudden it's like, oh, we don't want you to listen to that. You know what I'm saying? Like it to me that doesn't make sense. You know what I'm saying? They've been playing Romeo and Juliet for like 1,000 years, bro. And like, you know what I'm saying? Like they got some crazy themes in there. Titanic, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like why are we picking and choosing? You know what I'm saying? Like so it's like it all comes down to your own convictions. Romans 14. You know, be very aware of your own convictions and the people you're around. If you're causing them to stumble, then just don't participate around them. But like at the same time, bro, it's like to me, I feel like it's not a big deal, you know, as long as you're strong in the faith, you know, as long as music itself is not influencing life. Like what's that saying? Life, no, art imitates life or whatever. As long as that the art you're consuming is not making you imitate that in real life, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like you should be chilling. Like that's like people who get like super like religious about movies and this and that. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
Legalistic and all that. Like we don't want you
yeah,
out here, bro.
yeah, like bro, like I'm not going to sit here and say watching Doctor Strange is sinful, but if it is causing you to sin, just stop watching it. Don't watch things like that, you know. So that's kind of my take on that, you know.
Yeah. So quick question: do you think Christians apply the same rules and judgment on the movies and TV shows that they watch that they do to the music they listen to?
That's so crazy that she asked that literally as I was thinking it.
Yeah.
Yo, Tara Lynn, man. Yo, shout out to Tara Lynn, bro. That's a true MVP, bro. Y'all don't, we gotta get Tara Lynn on the pod, bro. We got to, bro. We gotta get Tara Lynn on here.
Yeah. I think with that question, I have seen people try to do so. Like they just like lump everything that's not like explicitly Christian, they lump it together and just like, hey, it's sinful. We're judging it. If you listen to it, then you're also sinful and you're a sinner. And you need like Jesus. But it's just like, I think Christians, some Christians do and some Christians don't. I think they pick and choose, like Chad was saying, they pick and choose what they want to, you know, cast judgment on or whatever, right? And if it's just like, you know, like if it's not explicitly Christian, then like some people are just not going to favor it. But then you could say that with anything, basically. Like if like we'll take for example, like people
should Christians skateboard?
Should Christians go to ShopRite? You know what I mean? Like I don't think ShopRite
is not Christian owned. Oh, we can't eat there.
I mean, I'm
sure for Chick-fil-A.
Yeah, Chick-fil-A only diet, bro.
Yo, that's unhealthy. That's definitely unhealthy. It's probably gonna kill you.
Oh snap!
But yeah, I think it's definitely like a I think some Christians do, and then some people don't. I think, you know, for the people that just try to, you know, be over righteous, I think you need to calm down. Like it's not that serious. You know what I mean?
real, bro. Y'all need to go to a non-denominational church.
Yo, I'm dead.
I have a take on this. Like,
Stop listening to John MacArthur.
Like,
Hey, wait.
Hey, I'm not gonna speak about him now. I ain't gonna speak about him. His name doesn't. He don't need the clout. He already got.
You got mad clout.
Yo, it really depends. It's like whatever temptations that you already fought through the Holy Spirit. Like, yo, all right, which one is good and which one is bad? I know for me, like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you. Like, I could watch rated R movies and all that stuff. I wouldn't feel no type of way about it and all that stuff. And opposite, yo, I think some Christian movies suck. Like,
if we keep in the
that's not even a hot take. That's not even a hot take.
Just because it's holy and righteous doesn't mean it's good. It sucked. Like,
yeah.
Or bro, that could go the same thing with music. Like, yo, just because you rap about it, like, I get it.
Yo, name drop somebody right now, bro. We start right now, bro. We want all the smoke right now.
I ain't doing it.
Bro, if it ain't K-Love, it ain't it, bro.
Hey, yo.
I don't even listen to K-Love.
Caleb really took off Lecrae off because they don't want rap music on the radio station, bro.
Bro, I listen to y'all keep it buck. I listen to No Big Deal, John Keefe, other artists. I don't like saying secular, just hip hop artists that are out there.
Yo, Wande fire, bro. Shout out to Wande, bro.
Yeah, Wande nice too. But even to answer the question, like, it really depends on, like, how do you discern, like, you know, is this right for me? Like, what season of life am I in at this time? Yeah. Where am I at with my relationship with God? And, like, you know, you gotta be real with yourself. Like, is this good for me at the moment and all that stuff? Yo, can I watch this? Can I listen to that? Or like, I'll give an example or analogy, like, yo, food, you know, I guess that's the easy analogy. Like, you know, I want to get healthy, but which foods can I eat right now that's going to help me lose weight?
I'm mad
can I eat
right
this? Now. Can I eat that? I can't have that and all that stuff. So, you really have to be honest with yourself to actually discern through these things and all, like, which is good for me right now, which is going to help me to grow closer to God, or which one's going to, you know, make me fall, like, I wouldn't say fall away, but, like, make me just have more
stumble.
Yeah. Stumble with my relationship. So it's all about that. Christianity is you shouldn't put rules for somebody, but yeah, you can put rules for yourself and all that stuff. But, like, yo, like, we not trying to be a religion. We just trying to have a good, healthy relationship with Christ and all that stuff. You gotta be honest with that. You know, you shouldn't put your convictions. You can't put your convictions on somebody else, because, like, y'all in different seasons of life. Y'all in different walks.
Come on now,
yo.
This is what this podcast. This is the core of this podcast right here. Exactly what he just said. That's the core of this podcast. Yeah, but anyway, ladies and gentlemen, it's been a good pod, man. I just want to say thank you to my brother Mark Chery for popping through, helping us go through this album reaction. It's been a good weekend, man. Just check out the show notes in the description if you're listening to audio only. Check out the description on YouTube if you're watching on YouTube, and we'll see you guys soon, man. Next week.
Yes, sir.
Peace.